Hello, my name is Jeremiah. I started losing my hair at age 18, 19. I noticed that my uncles actually started noticing it at my graduation. My father was bald, so was my grandfather on my dad's side, so I kind of knew it was inevitable that it was going to happen to me too. Started looking at different things I could do to change it, how to save my hair, and eventually stuck to going to the transplant. It's been 4 years. I had my first transplant done. At the time I had more of my natural hair, and over time I lost it and thinned to what my transplants just left in the front. The hair loss has definitely changed a lot of my life for the most part. Anybody that knows me knows I wear a hat 24/7. I almost wear it to sleeping. In high school I had a full head of hair, had to have it thinned. Always did my hair, and once you start losing it and you have your friends, you gotta be thick-skinned, they start making the bald joke, stuff like that, and it's different when you look in the mirror and you don't see yourself anymore, so you want to fix that, go back to your normal self. So that's when you start looking at that and other options. But definitely confidence had changed. You don't want to go in public as much because you want to be cosmetically appealing to people. Don't want them looking at your hairline versus your eyes. That's a very common one. I'm hoping for all over coverage, naturalness, but to just be able to style my hair normal again. People not, is that, well, he's balding, take away all that part of life, just to be back to normal. Things you can find online, there's so many different doctors, and you don't know what's true or not. Actually, I fell onto Natural Transplants being online on YouTube and all the videos, and it made a huge difference. All the videos definitely keep you educated, and you can see the results. Past doctor you worked with and trained with also, both very reputable, and the results prove itself, and that's huge.
Dr. Huebner here, Natural Transplants. I'm here with Jeremiah, and what we're doing is the game plan. So we're in the huddle, we're talking about what we're going to do today, and what I've done is I've divided his areas of loss into 3 areas. We have a frontal third, and that's going to establish the hairline and the profile. We have a middle third, and then we have a crown in the back. The crown is that circular area that generally has a spiral component to it. And what we're talking about is what his priorities are. And I always advise my patients to fix the front before you fix the back. The front is the profile. When you shake somebody's hand, you look in the mirror, you see profile, you see hairline. So this is going to make a nice difference in him. You can see what he got from one transplant, which we call a bunch of nothing, which is, obviously if he didn't have the grafts there, it'd look different. But we want to get him some meaningful density today, which would be about 30 to 40% of your natural density in the back, depending on his hair type. Fortunately for Jeremiah, he has nice thick hair. It's such a mean trick. I'm sure when he was younger, he had a thick hair, thick head of thick hair, and he just doesn't have it where he needs it now. So you can see the miniaturization of the hair, the difference in the hair on the top. It's very thin, caliper, almost wispy, transparent hair. It also doesn't grow at the same rate as the hair in the back. And I was talking to Jeremiah earlier. When you go to the barber, this stuff. Oh, actually, your fiance. Congratulations. Fiance cuts his hair, and she probably notices that this hair doesn't grow quite at the same rate as this hair in the back. So, so what we want to do is get in there. We're gonna pretend that he's gonna lose all his natural hair eventually. Hopefully not. He's getting on some products. We've elected to start from the front. 1 and 2 hair micrografts to soften up this front, so it's a nice natural transition into some larger grafts behind there to get rid of this doll's hair appearance. Some of these grafts in the front that he has are a little too large. So we're going to soften all that up so he doesn't have the pluggy doll's hair look. Start from the front and work our way back as far back as we can go. I know that I can get 2 zones of this today. Depending on his elasticity, if I can get a little wider strip, I'm going to try to get into the crown as well. We just don't know until we get in there. So I'm really excited about today. Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for sharing your experience. We'll be checking in throughout the day to show you his progress. Dr. Huebner here, Natural Transplants. I'm here with Jeremiah. We're about a third of the way through the procedure. At this point in the procedure, we've taken the strip out, and our technicians are now cutting those into multiple grafts. I'm very, very excited because in Jeremiah's case, his elasticity was amazing. So not only did we get the strip that we anticipated, we were actually able to get a 3rd strip, so we got an additional 20 to 30% more hair. So this is going to be tremendous. We're going to hopefully get not only this 2 zones, maybe even a little bit past that into the crown today. So, and we're going to jam pack it. But I wanted to hear from Jeremiah how your day's been going. What's your experience been like so far?
Good. I didn't feel much. I mean, you have the anesthesia and there's a couple of pricks. Anybody that's ever had a tattoo, it's not even that bad. So, and once you're numb, it's smooth sailing.
We've been sitting here listening to some music, cracking some jokes, talking about Wisconsin, and easy day. So I'm going to bring you around here so you can see that the incision really isn't an issue as far as him wearing a hat. I'll come right around here and show you. So you can see from the side here that basically suture line is not an issue as far as trying to hide that from people. Remember, we actually shaved this area as well. So this is not just an area of loss, this is actually where we shaved it. You can see how close that suture line is. And it goes all the way around ear to ear. You can see how far up we come. So this comes above the ear. This is all good hair. This was not utilized in his last procedure, so this is really exciting. We got him a 31 centimeter strip from that, so even more than 30 centimeters. His density, you can see, is great. That goes all the way around nice and tight, and you can see that really hiding that is not an issue. Now, Jeremiah allowed us to shave today, and there's a lot of advantages to shaving your head as far as the aftercare, washing these grafts. But he's in a situation where he can wear a hat, so it's not a big deal. It's never mandatory to shave your head, but again, there are some advantages. But we do people all the time that are not able to shave their head and get great results as well. Just have to be a little more careful with the washing and aftercare. So, looking forward to seeing your progress, Jeremiah, and let's get some hair for you. Dr. Huebner here, Natural Transplants, here with my patient Jeremiah. And Jeremiah, how's the day been going?
Good.
What have you been doing?
Just woke up from a nap.
Had a couple of Valium, woke up from a nap. It's been real easy, man. We listened to some music. Hasn't felt a thing other than the anesthesia, right? So it's nothing to worry about. People get really nervous about when you're taking the strip out, how much it's going to hurt, how much pain you're going to be in. It's just going to be an agonizing day, and it just isn't. It's just an easy day. Easier than the dentist, actually. So, but anyway, what we've done is got an incredible amount of hair for Jeremiah. Again, 3 strips instead of the standard 2 strips, over 40 square centimeters of hair. With his density, which is approximately 150 to 200 hairs per square centimeter, we're looking about 7,000, 8,000 hairs. Easy. So very excited as you're going to see such a difference from the last surgery as compared to this surgery, but this surgery giving him so much more density. And also, I'm going to show you in a second, the amount of area that we covered was much more than we anticipated as well, based on his elasticity. So I'm going to have you come in here and take a look. Okay, so I wanted to show you exactly what we've done here on Jeremiah. So as you can see, we've reinforced his hairline again with a bunch of 1 and 2 hair grafts, all single hair grafts in that frontal hairline. And you can see how nice and jagged and staggered it is. Again, that's mimicking what happens naturally in nature. No one has the straight hairline. Sometimes you've seen those old school transplants that look like a cornfield. It's just like every perfectly spaced straight line, and that catches the eye. Anybody's natural hairline is going to be staggered up and down, so that's what we recreate here. Behind that, we transition that into larger grafts. So these holes are a little bigger that are going to accommodate the larger grafts, which are going to have up to 5, 6, 7 hairs, some of them. Now, if you put those types of grafts in your frontal hairline, it would look pluggy and a little doll's hair-like. So it's very important that you transition those in. But the benefit of having those larger grafts as opposed to a 2-hair graft is that that's going to give you some meaningful density. And that's sort of what happened last time. Is he got a bunch of smaller grafts behind here, and it didn't create the density that he wanted. So we're going for about 40% density with this procedure in addition to what he already has. Now you can see the area that we've gotten as far as coverage. So we've gotten his entire head basically back just to the crown. We got about halfway back through his crown. So this is even more than 2/3 of the way back. It's probably 3/4 of the way back on his head. And this is the hair that's going to make the biggest difference to his profile. When he looks in the mirror, when he shakes somebody's hand, it's going to look completely different. He's going to have a reframed face, and no longer is he going to be staring at scalp and scattered grafts and spaciness like he had before. So I'm really excited to see what he gets. Please follow his progress. He's going to be giving us pictures and giving us updates throughout the whole process, and I can't wait to see his results. Jeremiah, thank you so much for being a good patient and sharing your experience with other people. I know that people really try to identify with some of our patients as far as their hair type, types of grafts they're getting, and it's just nice to have normal people explaining their experience. So thanks again, Jeremiah.
Not a problem. Knowledge is power.